Good morning and welcome to our live crafting session this morning. My name is Jenny McCormack and I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator, and I'm based in the market town of Brackley, which is in Northamptonshire in the UK. Thank you so much for joining us. If you are joining us live, it is Monday the 22nd of May 2023, and I'm introducing you to our latest stamp set of the week. And this is a stamp set that I focus on from Stampin' Up, and I feature different designs with it during the week to give you an idea of different things you could do. As you can see, this stamp set is called Enjoy the Rhythm, and this is perfect for anybody who likes music or music related things. So it could be a musician, somebody who studies music, it could be somebody who sings, because we've got the music notes here. And in terms of images, we've got this lovely set of drums, we have a traditional piano keyboard, and we also have a guitar, rock guitar, and then there's 4 sentiments that go with this. Treble maker, which I think is quite amusing, goes perfectly with that one. Enjoy the rhythm of each day, you rock my world, and there's a nice little happy birthday there. And this stamp set, as well as being our stamp set of the week, is also the one that we are using for our coffee and card. We had a great session on Friday. If you'd like to see the cards that the ladies made on Friday, then I didn't photograph all of them, but because various people had to go, but there's a great selection of them, and you can find them here on my Facebook page, Jemini Crafts. And if you just scroll back or use the search bar for coffee and card or Enjoy the Rhythm, then you should be able to find it. So I'm going to start off just with another simple card today, and this is the card design, the basic card design that we're using at Coffee and Card. We're here this afternoon in Towcester in Northamptonshire, and tomorrow morning in Brackley, Northamptonshire. So these were the 2 samples that I created for Coffee and Card. The same layout. We have a piece of patterned paper, we call it designer paper, which I've torn and applied to a black layer. So this is very much a black and white week, well, a black and white Coffee and Card I should say. And then we've stamped the image on one of these stitched circles, and these come from the Stylish Shapes dies, and it's a really useful set of dies. There are circles, there's squares, and there are banners. And all I've done is just add a little strip, so this is from an offcut of card with the sentiment on. So this one I've done in a vertical fashion, and this one, as you can see, I've done horizontally. So let's give it a go. So good morning, Catherine, thanks for saying hi. And as per usual, for some reason it's not coming up on my phone, but it does come up on my computer screen. So I do apologise if you comment and I don't respond to your comments. It just means it hasn't been shown to me and I haven't seen it. So we're just using note cards and envelopes for our design for Coffee and Card. And this is perfect because we have different quantities of people come to Coffee and Card, and it means that I don't have to prep card and then find it's, well, not that it would ever go to waste, but you end up with so many different sets of card if you're not careful. So these are our packs of note cards and envelopes. Just using a bone folder to get a nice crease on there. There's the envelope. And then I've just chosen some offcuts of black and white paper. And we're also going to use vellum later in the week as well. So I've got some tips on using vellum. But I'm just going to use the black and white. And this originally would have been cut as a layer onto here. but what I'm going to do is just tear it. This actually has flowers on the back, so you could put flowers on the element if you wish, and you could colour those in too if you wanted to. So I'm just going to tear this, and if you tear it, depending on the paper, if you tear it towards you, you'll get this line here. Okay, so let's move my circle out of the way. Now what this means is, because I've previously cut this to size, this would actually do obviously another card, or you could put it on the inside, or you could do as I think Michelle did on Friday, which was to tear another piece and have it offset like that, and then your circle in the middle. So there's plenty of variation with this. I'm not going to stick that down just yet. Catherine, that's fine, she's in and out sorting work. That's no trouble at all. So let us stamp the image. So I've got one of my Stylish Shapes dies, and I'm going to use that lovely drum set, but I'm going to change the colours out today. And you can stamp this really in any colour of choice. I would use Memento or Basic Grey or Pebbled Path or Early Espresso. You could also stamp it in a colour as well if you wanted to. I'm just going to stamp it in Memento for a change, just because it's here. Nothing more than that. So just inking this up, it's a single stamp, does all the work for you. Go. I'm adding a fair bit of ink on there because I know my ink pad probably needs updating, refreshing, refilling. One of those. Dear. Okay. So there's our stamp set. Actually, I'm not really happy with that in that Memento, so I'm going to change colours. I'm going to use Basic Grey. And it's because I've inked up more on the left hand side. I mean, it would still work, but let's see if I've got a spare one here. Let's just try it with that. So this is Basic Grey. Maybe I just added more pressure on that side, who knows. And the nice thing about a circle when you're stamping on it is that it doesn't have to be straight, because you can just turn the die around to make it level for you. There we go, that's better. So a little bit more even all the way over. Okay, so while that's just drying, I'm just going to put this layer together. So I think what I'm going to do is just have that tucked in like that, and then I'll decide which way this is going to go. So I might do it this way and with a little sentiment here. This would be great for somebody taking a music exam, because you could have a good luck on there. So let's just put that layer down together. So I hope everybody had a nice weekend. We've got another bank holiday next Monday. So this has got a little bit of a border, this particular one. So I'm just going to bring that in from the edge, like so, and that's going to go onto there. So just using my seal, and then I'll decide which way my drum kit is going to go. I hope you have a less busy week, Catherine, this week. I know you've been working extra hours for the last few weeks. Okay, so let's just colour this in, and I've chosen for my colouring in Tahitian Tide, nice bright blue. I had red on here, and I also have some sequins to match. So let's just add this in. Now it's quite a small area, so not a huge amount of space for shading, but hopefully enough. So, and the artists have given you shaded areas to help you. There's that there. And obviously you could do these all different colours if you wanted to as well. You could colour the front. If you had the small alphabet set, you could also put a name or initials on there, or if it was a birthday, you could put their birth year on there. And then this is the light Tahitian Tide. So just blending that in. Now if you had a gold or a silver pen, that would be quite nice, for example, for the symbols and things. I'm sure I have one somewhere. I might have to dig it out and see. So just light colouring, like so. I think that's all of those elements. You could obviously colour these lines and things in. What I might do is add a bit of lemon lolly, our pale lemon. Let's have a look on my offcut and see. Let's just do that front piece. See what it looks like. Oh, probably not, poor Catherine. Dear. So for anybody who's joined us since the start, we're using the Enjoy the Rhythm stamp set for this musical card. I think I'm going to leave it as is. I'm not sure about that, whether I wonder, excuse me, I'm going to sneeze. It's gone. Let's just have a look and see whether this would work in the front. The drum. So this is light barley blue. Yes, that might work. But I will try and dig out my metallic. I've got some metallic Sharpies, and I think that would potentially work. Got a hair on there somewhere. Okay, and let's just have a little bit of dark around the edges where the artist has given you that clue. And a little bit on there. There we go, and I'll just blend that in a little bit. just use a little bit of the colour lifter to lighten that whole centre, and then I'll bring it up to the screen for you to see. So just using a circular motion, so this is a bit like a sort of bleach pen, just a clear alcohol liquid, and that will just soften the whole thing. So if I bring that up to the screen, to the camera, hopefully you'll see that a little bit better. Okay, so this is going to go onto here. I haven't quite decided. It feels better that way around for this. And because this has got dots on, what I could actually do is just add a little bit, a few coloured dots, just to tie those in together. I don't need to do the middle because that will be covered up. So I'm thinking about there. Now this is on a small card because it's a note card for coffee and card, but obviously you could add a lot more layers and do a lot more with it for a birthday card or a celebration. Okay, so I'm happy with that. Just a little sentiment at the bottom, and then I'm going to add a little bit of coordinating bling, and this is all done. So I think I will just use that little happy birthday that's on here. As I say, this would make a great good luck card for somebody sitting their exams. And I've got lots of little odd pieces, she says. So these are all offcuts from when I cut my card layers down. I think that would fit. Let's give it a go. Okay, and I'll use the basic grey again. And if you had the Wink of Stella glitter pen, you could certainly add those to the drums. I know often they're all glittered up, aren't they? Right, let's just see how this goes. That's fairly straight. Stab myself. Okay, so let's put this on first and then I'll apply my layer. So at this point you could decide which way round you wanted this. If you wanted to switch it round. Quite tempted now with it that way. Oh dear. Right, let's add a couple more of these then. Just like that, I think. So this one I'm going to pop up with dimensionals to give it a little bit of interest and height. I've got lots of ends here. Use those up. So you just want to support it around the edges, and it's quite a big die cut, so you also want to support it in the middle if you can. And this one here. There we go. So I hope you'd had a nice weekend. The weather here was glorious this weekend. and I think it's supposed to be dry all week, so that's always good. Go. So if you've ordered from me really recently in person, I've got 2 orders due, one tomorrow and one on Wednesday, so watch out for those being dispatched or brought to Coffee and Card. And although there was a German bank holiday recently, and there's another one this week. Oh no, next Monday it is, isn't it? Their shipping is back to normal. Right, let's make that a bit smaller. There we go. So, just straight on the edge, well as straight as I could get with my scissors, and then a slant. And I find that's much easier to do it like that if you haven't got a die cut banner, because it doesn't, you don't have to have it straight. Okay, so I could put it in line with this, which I think I will, or I could have it to the edge. I'm going to put it in line with that, I think. Actually, I could have it connected, like so, and then have my sequins underneath, or I could put my sequins on there. Decisions. I think I'm going to have it attached to that. I'm going to trim a little bit more off because it's very close to that edge. Be nothing left of it, will there? Now I've trimmed too much off. Oh dear. Best laid plans. I might just stamp another one. It's too small now. I cut off too much. Hey ho. Right. So if I can get this straight. Yes. Right. Trim a little bit, Jenny. Although you're doing it at an angle, but I don't really need to, do I? You watch me do the same thing again. Oh no, we're good. We got there. So I want to line it up with that edge. That's what I'm doing, if you're wondering what on earth I'm doing. And then, yeah. Okay, we got there. Right, a little bit of wet glue for that. And then we're done. So thank you so much. So I'll be featuring this stamp set all week. And it's in our annual catalogue. It was actually in our catalogue last year, but I only purchased it right at the end. There we go. And then let's bring in this bling. I've only got these large sequins, but they will do the job. Just for a little bit of interest. 1, 2, 3. There we go. Okay, so apart from the fact that my cut my piece too small, a relatively quick card to make. So I hope you like it. I will dig out my metallic markers to see whether I could utilise those. So those are Sharpies, so they're not Stampin' Up product, but I think it might work well. So there we go. So these were my previous designs. This is the one I've just done now, and we'll be doing these at Coffee and Card this afternoon. So thank you so much for joining me. I apologise if you popped on and said hi and I haven't acknowledged your comments. It just means that I haven't seen it because Facebook's not displaying comments, which is very frustrating. Well, not displaying comments consistently, I should say. So there we go. I hope you have a great day ahead of you, morning, afternoon or evening, depending on where you are and when you're watching this. And I look forward to crafting with you again tomorrow. That's Tuesday, the 23rd of May, and that will be 7 PM UK time. Thank you so much. Piano One works as well. You like that? Yes. Well, that was why I chose this paper, because it was supposed to look like piano keys. So, but I've only got a limited supply of this, which is why I haven't used it today. I've kept it for Coffee and Card. So thank you for that, Catherine. Do take care, everyone. Bye for now.